Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Harsh Banwait. I'm a director of product here at CoreWeave. Jacob?
Hello, my name is Jacob. I'm the Senior Director of Compute Architecture, but I generally introduce myself as the server guy. Zach?
My name is Zach Merendino. I'm a staff operations engineer at Fleet, and I kind of call myself the node guy.
What we're here to talk to you about today is our experience behind the scenes bringing up the first Vera Rubin rack and talking to you a little bit about some of the innovations that we've built, some of the work that the teams have been doing, not just over the past few weeks, but also over the last, I'd say, like almost 2 years. So we just want to give you a little bit behind the scenes look at why we built some of these things, how they operate. Zach, I think our audience might be excited to get better looks at the NVIDIA Vera Rubin NVL72 behind us.
Let's go take a look.
All right, Zach, we're here in front of the first VR NVL72 rack. Do you want to tell me a little about what we're looking at today?
Absolutely. So first thing we're looking at right up here is you have your first 10 NVIDIA Vera Rubin compute trays. Each one has 4 Rubin GPUs and 2 NVIDIA Vera CPUs in it. Right in the middle, you have your NVIDIA NVLink 6 NVLink switches. And then right underneath, you have your 8 final compute trays. And that makes up all 72 GPUs in a rack.
Yeah, in addition to the GPUs, GPU servers, and the NVLink switches, we also have some supporting infrastructure here as well. Up top, we've got the power shelves. So these are much beefier than our previous generation power shelves. Previously, each one was 33 kilowatts. One of these is now 110 kilowatts. Beneath that, we've got Racky, our custom rack manager. I'll walk you through this a little bit. From the leftmost side, we've got all of our sensor ports. This is for like leak rope and some other things like condensation sensors. We've got our 2 isolation valves here. That's for fast on-off in case something is starting to leak. These ports here are used to control the energy valve and all of our power shelves. And then some extra I/O here for E1S storage for like the Racky OS. And then the BMC to manage the device and some external Ethernet connectivity as well. And then you'll notice at the bottom of the rack, previously this is where we would have the in-rack CDU, but now this is all cooled by Valve. So Racky is connecting to Valve. Valve's not pictured here, but Valve has the valves that I mentioned here, plus some other sensors. And Valve's what's responsible for modulating the flow, modulating the temperature, making sure that this GPU rack is configured optimally and running cool.
Jacob, Racky and Valve both sound great. Would you mind giving us a demo of that?
Absolutely. I'm going to show you with Joey, one of the software engineers on my team, how Racky and Valve can manipulate our valve assembly to stop the flow of the secondary loop in the event of a leak. Today, I'm thrilled to announce 2 of our most recent innovations, Racky, our custom rack manager, and Valve, our custom valve assembly. Both of these technologies are going to allow us to control and observe our next generation of NVIDIA Vera Rubin GPUs and CPUs. And with that, I'd like to introduce Joey Berkovitz, a software engineer on our Metal Dev team. He's going to run you through Valve. Joey?
Thank you, Jacob. Here we have Valve, our custom valve assembly. It has 2 isolation valves and an energy valve. The isolation valves are used to cut flow to the rack in case of catastrophic emergencies, and the energy valve is used to modulate flow to each individual rack to provide optimal cooling to the racks. We can see we have flow right now with the isolation valves open, and now we're going to close one of the isolation valves to cut flow to the rack, and we should see this flow stop as well.
Thanks, Joey. In addition to Valve, I'm very excited about Racky, our custom rack manager. Racky truly is the brains of the operation. It connects all of the power, liquid cooling, sensors, management, and observability into one centralized place that ties into both mission control and CKS. This will allow us to scale to hundreds of thousands of GPUs, including NVIDIA's next generation Vera Rubin.
Zach and Jacob, there's a single rack behind us, but we all know what we've been through over the course of the last like few quarters at least to kind of help ensure that this comes to life. Like, could you share a little bit more about like why this moment is so exciting for all of us personally?
Absolutely. And, I think the first thing to start with is there might be 3 of us up here, but it's taken like hundreds of people at CoreWeave to get us to this point, from software developers to mechanical engineers and really every bit of the stack. It's just taken so much effort to design and decide what Fori wants to do. So I think it's really exciting.
Yeah. How about you, Jacob?
I mean, this takes, I don't know, a year plus. Like, we start working on these things so far in advance when it's just like a, pie in the sky. What can we do here? Like, what is this product going to look like? It's just so satisfying to be like, there it is. It's powered on. It's working.
Yeah, I think like all of us are hardware nerds. So when you learn that there's a new supercomputer coming around, like there's just a genuine sense of excitement across the company. And we're just excited to kind of see it in person for the first time, plug it in, power it on. Think like really the kind of kid in us that just wants to play with a new computer comes out when one of these goes around every year or so.